It's time now to sample the newest middleweight cruiser from the folks at Suzuki, the Boulevard M50. This year, in the ultra-popular world of street cruisers, Suzuki decided to revise its middleweight offering, the Marauder, by changing its badging and giving it a wheels-on-up overhaul. Starting from the ground up, you'll notice the new aggressive black cast hoops and the sporty inverted fork. Out back, there's a few more noticeable hot rod cues, like the bob fender and shaft drive. Plus, toss the old dual shocks, this former road-savvy Marauder now sports a hidden single-shock swing arm. In the power department, Suzuki threw away the old naturally aspirated carb and added a spanking new fuel injection system. So how does it all work? Well, we invited our local cruiser expert, Dave Fox, to sample the new M50, and here's what he had to say after a couple of days of cruising the Boulevard.
So Dave, earlier this year, Suzuki announced that they were changing all their badging and all their monikers for the motorcycles. This one is obviously a Boulevard, but it's also known as the M50. And when you pulled up this morning, I have to say I was very impressed because they've done this amazing job on black everything and then a pile of chrome to separate it. It's a great look.
They have. And Suzuki would be glad to hear you say that, because according to their advertising brochure, the M50 is their anchor boulevard that they've created. And it's the one boulevard that they've actually made those changes compared to the other badges that they've changed in the past year. So yes, they've really gone for that black look, that sporty looking cruiser look for sure.
Now this engine is 800cc fuel injected. How did you find the motor?
It was responsive, lots of low end torque. Thanks to the fuel injection, as soon as you hit that button, it's there and it's ready to go.
Right. So enough power with 800 cc's?
I rode the 400 series highways and I've never at any moment felt out of place. I was able to keep up with the pace of traffic or pass if I needed to. So I didn't feel out of place at all with 800 cc's of power.
Well, we know it works as far as the fuel injection and the power. Cruisers are also all about the sound. Now you got a couple of shotgun pipes there. How did it sound?
Nice throaty rumble. Whenever it came to a stop, I found myself revving it several times just to hear the sound, so it had a really neat throaty sound to it.
How was it for stopping?
Good stopping power. That front disc really grabs, and it's lots of power there to hold you back, and very comfortable. The rear drum just a little bit mushy, but it certainly does the job.
There's a nice wide, generous saddle here. How did you find the riding position?
Riding position was good, it was comfortable, and the handlebars are just about right. Turning radius was very easy, doing U-turns today, very easy to make those U-turns.
Cockpit design, I noticed they've gone to a new sort of layout here on the tank. The gauge right in the center of the bars. What did you think of that layout?
Nice layout. It's very sleek, the way it's built into the handlebars with the tank gauges there as well. You can see the speedometer very easily without looking down at all as you're speeding along the highway. You look down a little bit further to see the signal indicators and the neutral and the gas indicator.
When you say see, could you see behind you with those mirrors?
Absolutely. In fact, around my shoulders I didn't have to look sideways at all. I could look in the mirrors and I could see good coverage, see quite easily.
Now previous Suzuki cruisers in this lineup have had chain drive. Now we've got the shaft drive. Great for low maintenance, but sometimes you get shaft effect. Were you even aware that the shaft was there?
Actually not. I like the low maintenance myself, not being a mechanic, and yes, I didn't really feel any shaft effect at all. When you take off from the start line, there was lots of grab there and power, and no, actually I forgot that it was shaft drive.
So I guess the last piece of the puzzle when you talk about cruisers are fit, finish, chrome. What did you think about all the pieces that go together to make this motorcycle?
Well, what I really like the way it's put together, we commented on the black earlier and we commented on the contrasting chrome, but when you put the whole bike together and you look at the cut of the rear bob fender and you look at the cut of the exhaust pipes and you look at the low position it is on the road, it's just a really nice sleek package.
Anything disappoint you, Dave?
Not particularly. The only little criticism would be is that when you get over 100 kilometers, it almost seems like it needs one more gear.
Gets buzzy?
It gets a little buzzy, and of course after a while that you feel that. But otherwise, that's about the only negative that I can think of.
So what's the one thing that stands out as the big positive?
Big positive, low, sleek, sporty looking.
And a nice rumble.
And a nice rumble. That's right.
Well, maybe you'd like to rumble on out of here, Dave. Great job.
Thank you.
There's still a bit of the day left. You can get
Yeah,
a few
there's
more,
lots of day left. Thank you.
few more clicks in there.
That's right. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us today.